I know you've probably replayed something embarrassing over and over in your head. You're not cringe, you're growing. And today I'm going to show you how to stop letting shame control your confidence. 1. Most embarrassment is in your head. Why do we think everyone is looking at us? It's because of this thing known as the spotlight effect. We think everyone is watching or judging us, but most people are focused on themselves. Think about it. When it is you're doing errands, when it is you're walking down the street, you're thinking about how you look, you're thinking about how your hair looks, you're thinking about the million and one things you probably have to get done that day. You're thinking about home, you're thinking about your future, you're mainly focused on yourself. Do you remember anyone that you passed in the street yesterday? Do you remember what the barista said to you when it is you went to pick up your coffee? Do you remember a specific conversation you had 2 weeks ago? The answer is probably no. And that's probably how other people look at you as well. You're here thinking everyone is paying such close attention to you and scrutinizing every little thing you do, when in actuality, no one really cares. Everyone is so caught up with what it is they have going on that half of the time they don't even have the time to think about what it is you have going on. You are the center of your universe, the same way they are the center of their universe. And the only reason you feel like they are paying attention to you in such detail is because you're paying attention to you in detail. Therefore, reframe mistakes as just proof that you're trying. If it is I walk down the street and I see someone trip and fall, it's a little off for a while. In the moment, it's like, oh, okay, I hope that person's okay. But then I go through the rest of my day and I probably don't think about that. Your embarrassing moments are just little blips in other people's lives. So when it is you're trying to learn something new or you're taking on a new adventure and you're in a position where it is you're learning and things feel awkward and feel weird, you're learning. Give yourself space to learn. Give yourself time to be a beginner. And your embarrassment will just be reframed as your journey. People forget your cringe moments faster than you think. You are not your worst moment. The more you embarrass yourself, the less you actually care. For example, doing something intentionally small that might feel awkward may do a lot more for you in the long run than you realize. Why do you think some people pick up rejection therapy? They go up to random strangers, they text their friends, they ask their family for the most outlandish things, or business owners say the most outrageous price, expecting to hear a no. If you go in expecting for it to be awkward, expecting to hear a no, it hurts that much less when it is you actually get the no. However, if it is you have a good reception from your rejection therapy, it opens something within you. It makes you a lot more confident. The worst they can say is no. The worst they can do is turn away. But what if they don't? What if they say, I like what you're putting down. I'm in. What then? Are you going to say, oh no, you were supposed to say no? No, you just roll with punches. And you get further by putting yourself out there than if it is you were to coop yourself up in a corner and wrap yourself in bubble wrap, not wanting anyone to hurt your feelings and not wanting to feel awkward. These things can include dancing alone at a party, asking the most ridiculously slow questions just because you just genuinely want to know. I have my moments. There are moments where I say to myself, this may make me look like I have no sort of formal education, but it needs to be asked. And I put myself out there, and half of the time, people genuinely answer my question. I was in my head thinking, oh my gosh, it's such a stupid question. Who would ever ask that? But when it is I do it, I get the answer that I'm looking for. I get the resources that I need. I get the information that I need to take the next step. However, I would not have been able to progress if it is I wasn't willing to put myself out there and look stupid. Why? These things build emotional immunity. The more you do something, the more accustomed you get to it, the more natural it feels to you, the less you care if it looks odd to someone else. When we think about influencers, vlogging, filming in public, the first time they're probably thinking that everyone is paying attention to them. Everyone is judging them, everyone is making fun of them, everyone is laughing at them. But then they do it a second time and they do it a third time. And now we have entire channels dedicated to people filming themselves while out and about. Entire channels dedicated to vlogging, just vlogging. Meaning these people are leaving their houses with cameras on tripods, holding it up for the entire day and walking around like nobody's business. The first time they probably felt weird, but now you think they really care? Especially after that cha-ching starts rolling in? Do you think they really care? The more you do something, the less embarrassed you feel. Normalize being seen growing instead of trying to hide to be perfect. Shift from shame to self-acceptance. One thing that I've noticed a lot growing up is that how it is you react to you doing something is normally how the people around you are going to react. If it is you want to be a stand-up comedian and you crack a joke and you know that joke wasn't funny and you make a joke about yourself saying, wow, that joke was trash, more than likely you're going to have people that are going to laugh along with you because, at least you said it. Being able to laugh at yourself, being able to fall into the awkwardness is sometimes the charm that you need to bring people onto your team, to bring people onto your side. If you know you're a socially awkward person and you lean into the fact that you are a socially awkward person but you're trying, the people around you actually see that as kind of cute, kind of quirky, kind of adorable. I mean, yes, you're socially awkward, but the fact that you're able to lean into it, the fact that you're able to stand with it and try anyway is admirable. Not everyone is willing to do that. Not everyone is able to make light of the situation. Not everyone is able to laugh at themselves. Shifting the focus from feeling shame to accepting that, yeah, this is a little weird, changes the energy around the action that you're taking. Focus on the inner work that is needed to dismantle the foundations that made you feel so self-conscious about every little thing that you did. Inner child trauma, past bullying and mistakes, lost opportunities, or missed accomplishments. Anything that has happened to make you feel like you're not good enough, to make you feel like everything you do just looks worse than anybody else trying it, is something that you need to take responsibility for and take into account that this plays a part into why you feel like everything you do is cringe. Journaling, mirror work, shadow work. These things delve deeper into your psyche, into your subconscious mind, and bring to the forefront the things that you were probably stashing way back there. The things that were influencing your day-to-day reactions, relationships, and methods of doing things. Sometimes we don't know why we're doing things. We just know that it feels comfortable in the moment. The better you get to know yourself, the more you understand yourself, the easier it is to ease into a different identity that you are now in control of forging. Replace shame with compassion. I'm proud of myself for trying. At least I gave it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? Honestly, I just want to see what it's like. Take the pressure off of yourself. Just do it. Do it because you can. Do it because you have free will. Do it because win or lose, you're going to be fine. Build a new story for yourself. You are allowed to take up space. You're allowed to try new things. You're allowed to be good at new things, and you're also allowed to fail. You have room and opportunity to do anything you want. This is your life. You can do anything you want with your life. But embarrassment disappears the moment that you decide that you are worthy. Even when you are not perfect. You are worthy even when you fail. You are worthy even when you succeed. You are worthy even when it doesn't work out the way that you thought it would. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. If this video resonated with you, do consider subscribing because I post quite often.